This is the first episode of Accident Analysis on my channel. So, welcome to Accident Analysis. Today we are going to be talking about American Airlines 191, and we're going to be deep diving into what caused the crash and just explaining what happened. Basically, American Airlines tried to cut corners to save time. Instead of taking the engine and pylon apart like the manual said, they used a forklift to pull the whole thing off in one go. It saved them a ton of work hours, but ended up putting way too much stress on the parts, which is ultimately what caused the failure. This method of maintenance was not approved by McDonnell Douglas in any way. The white mist that was seen trailing from Flight 191's wing was fuel and hydraulic fluid leaking after its left engine pylon tore off during takeoff. They also lost hydraulics, leading to the slats retracting, which ultimately caused the stall. The left leading edge slats retracted, causing them to bank. They were also at low altitude and they stalled, hitting the ground soon after. That concludes episode 1. This is Accident Analysis episode 2. Today we're going to be talking about Delta Airlines Flight 191. The NTSB determined that the cause of the incident was wind shear associated with an intense thunderstorm downdraft that occurred at the north end of the airport along runway 17 left. And it was difficult to see the runway and control the Air 1011 in those conditions. That intense thunderstorm downdraft caused severe wind shear that forced the aircraft to lose lift and descend rapidly at a rate that pilots could not recover from. The plane touched down in a field roughly 6,000 feet north of the runway. It then crossed Highway 114, striking a car and killing the driver, before bouncing and colliding with two large water tanks on the airport property. The crash of Delta 191 caused the deaths of 137 people. This includes 136 passengers and crew members aboard the aircraft, along with one person on the ground. Of this 163 people on board, 27 survived, although many suffered injuries. Thanks for watching Accident Analysis episode 2 on my channel. Please like and subscribe. This is the third episode of Accident Analysis on my channel. Today we're going to be talking about U.S. Airways Flight 1549. U.S. Airways 1549, famously known as the Miracle on the Hudson, was doing a normal takeoff and climb, and then a flock of Canadian geese flew into both the engines of the Airbus A320, causing both engines to catch fire and fail. Sully and his first officer, Jeffrey Skillies, determined that they could not possibly reach any nearby airports. Sully skillfully glided the plane to a water landing on the Hudson River near Midtown Manhattan. Landing the aircraft on the Hudson River saved 155 lives, but the FAA was not too happy with the landing initially. The FAA did try to sue Sully, however, it is not as intense as shown in the 2016 movie called Sully. This concludes episode 3 of Accident Analysis on my channel. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. Welcome to Accident Analysis episode 4 on my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Delta Airlines Flight 1141. Delta Airlines Flight 1141 was a scheduled domestic passenger flight that crashed during takeoff on August 31st, 1998 at Dallas International Airport, en route to Salt Lake City. Out of the 108 people on board, 14 were killed and 76 were injured. The flight crew attempted to take off without setting the aircraft's wing flaps and slats, and the takeoff configuration warning system failed to alert the crew to this mistake. The cockpit voice recorder revealed that the pilots engaged in casual, unrelated conversation and discussed unrelated topics during the pre-flight checklists, which disrupt cockpit discipline. That concludes episode 4 of Accident Analysis on my channel. Thank you for watching, and thank you for 50 subscribers. Welcome to the 5th episode of Accident Analysis on my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Alaska Airlines Flight 261. Alaska Airlines Flight 261 was a regularly scheduled international passenger flight that tragically crashed into the Pacific Ocean on January 31st, 2000, killing all 88 people on board. The flight was traveling from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, to Seattle, Washington, with a planned intermediate stop at San Francisco International Airport. Approximately 2 hours into the flight, while cruising at 31,000 feet, the flight crew encountered an automated warning and realized the aircraft's horizontal stabilizer, the tail structure controlling the plane's pitch, was jammed. The pilots contacted Alaska Airlines Maintenance and Air Traffic Control to troubleshoot the issue and requested a diversion to Los Angeles International Airport. While trying to resolve the jam, the stabilizer components broke entirely free, forcing the aircraft into a sudden, extreme nose-down dive. The NTSB determined that the crash was caused by a catastrophic failure of the horizontal stabilizer trim's jack screw assembly. That concludes Accident Analysis Episode 5. Thank you for watching!